We're going to my favourite brewery. Yes, it's Polly's. And this is their Dynamics Pale Ale. But what's this one going to be like? Is it up to the usual Polly standards? Well, we expect so. But the proof will be in the drinking. So let's find out, shall we? Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today, it's an exciting day just because we're drinking a Polly's beer, and this is a new one from them. This is called Dynamics. It's a pale ale, 5.5%. We've got Azacca, Citra, Columbus, and Nelson Sauvin. So really looking forward to this one. As I always do, look forward to a Polly's beer. Let's crack it open, get it in our Polly's glass, and see what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, they are starting to use Nelson Sauvin more now, which is always great because I do love I do love New Zealand hops, and Nelson Sauvin is the king of the New Zealand hop, really. Columbus, you don't see that much, but Azacca, another one of my favourite hops. So it's got all the ingredients to be a great beer. Certainly in the glass, you can see it looks pretty thick. There's lots of carbonation though, but we've got two fingers of. Yeah, very compacted head. I think it's going to be quite a smooth looking pale ale. Lovely sort of yellowy custardy colour. Looks pretty good. Let's see what the aroma's like. Oh, smells great. I mean, Polly's, I don't know what they just always make great smelling beer. Oh, there's a lot of mango in here. Grapefruit and lemons and limes. I'm not picking up huge amounts of the Nelson Sauvin, to be honest. There's a little bit of the grape and a little bit of melon in there and gooseberry. Oh, it just smells really good though. Really inviting, and I can always already feel my taste buds sort of going. Cracking. Let's get dived in. Cheers, everyone. Definitely getting a lot more of that Nelson Sauvin in the taste. So you're getting that grape, melon, gooseberry, grapefruits in there. There's a little bit of mango at the front, a little bit of papaya in there, citrus fruits, lemons and limes and that sort of stuff. It's a little bit more carbonated than I would have expected, really. I mean, yes, it's a pale ale, but there's a lot more carbonation than I would probably expect from a Polly's. But it gets those flavours zipping around the mouth quite quickly. Body-wise, yeah, I'd say it's a medium sort of body. It's not as light as a lot of pale ales, but it's not getting there to some of the sort of IPA levels. There's definitely that little bit of zip of carbonation. You can just feel that as it goes in, that sort of little prickly bit of carbonation. But the flavours are all there. Nice sort of fresh, zesty Nelson Sauvin hop, giving that sort of grape and the melon, the gooseberry. You get lime in there, you get lemons in there. Then you get a little bit more of that sort of grapefruit coming in on the back end. But it's all light and fresh enough that the flavours are, they're very sort of immediate, but they don't really sort of stick around. There's not sort of that coating, there's not that sort of dankness. It just is a very sort of fresh, zesty tasting beer. It's up there with, it's a good Polly's beer. I wouldn't necessarily say it's one of the best I've ever had. It's just that body. It's just a little bit light, a little bit too carbonated. But saying that, there is that, when you drink through the froth, you are getting a little bit of creaminess as well. So it's a little bit more softer than a lot of pale ales, but I'm sure I've had, even from Polly's, a pale ale that's a little bit more smoother than this. It's pretty good. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Dynamics. This is from Polly's. It's a pale ale, 5.5%. We've got Azacca, we've got Citra, we've got Columbus, and we've got Nelson Sauvin. I mean, that's the thing with Polly's. There's 4 different hops in this, and they're all sort of fighting for their sort of supremacy a little bit in the beer. The Citra, the Azacca, you're definitely getting. Columbus is not used that much, so I'm not quite sure what Columbus really brings. I always think Columbus is going to be a bit more sort of brings a bit more of the pine and that sort of level into it. And then you've got Nelson Sauvin. It's a completely different hop again. It's, you know, much more the grape and the gooseberry that it brings. It's a very solid pale ale, but I don't think it's one of their best. So we'll go through the scores. Well, the first thing, aroma, really great start because it smells incredible. You're getting a lot of mango, you're getting citrus fruits, you're getting grapefruit. And then after that, you're just getting that little bit of savouriness, which I think always get with a New Zealand sort of hop. And you're getting that little bit of melon, grape, gooseberry, lime coming in as well. So there's lots in there to sort of, you know, to take in the aroma. And it's very, very inviting. So I'm going to get 15 for aroma. Appearance. For a pale ale, I mean, it looks pretty good. You've got this lovely hazy, yellowy colour. The head's, you know, you can see there's some nice lacing of the glass there. Yes, it's a sliver of head there, but that's for a pale ale, that's not bad that he's got a little bit of head retention. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for appearance. Flavour-wise, it's a really solid flavour. I mean, again, you compare this sort of pale ale to the sort of pale ales you get in the supermarket. It's night and day. There's loads of flavour in here. There's a lot going on because of the 4 different hops. I mean, 4 hops for a pale ale is not that common, but you're getting the sort of the tropical, the mango up front. You're getting a little bit more tropical papaya in there, but you're also getting a lot of citrus. You're getting that sort of, the Nelson then kicks in with the gooseberry and the lime. There's lots of flavour. It's a little bit thinner than a lot of pale ales, certainly from Polly's, and even the top pale ales, I think it's a little bit thinner and a little bit more carbonated. So I'm knocking a few points off of that, but it's flavour-wise, it's got all the juice, it's got all the flavour. 34, I'm giving it for flavour. Value for money. Well, this was, I think, $4.25, so it's not bad at all for a pale ale. As I said, you know, you think of the supermarket beers, they're getting closer. They're sort of sticking at $3.50 for a lot of pale ales. For another 50, 75p or whatever it was, you know, I think it's a pretty good value for money. Is it up there with the best of pale ales from Polly's? You know, probably not. It's still a little bit more, you know, it's not $3.50, it's not under £4. So I'm giving it an 8. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10 for value. My overall experience, well, it's a really pleasant pale ale. It's certainly a good pale ale. Is it a great one though? I just think that the body's a little bit thin and that sort of lets it down a little bit. Maybe if it was a double dry hopped version of it or an IPA version of it, you'd get all that flavour and you'd get the body. You're not quite getting the body with this, but still, it's a very enjoyable beer. And I think when you've got Nelson Sauvin in a pale ale, you get that subtleness of all the flavours from Nelson Sauvin, but it doesn't hit you with a huge amount of that sort of, you know, sometimes that savoury note that you get. And it's, although it's there, it's not, I wouldn't say it's totally dominating, which Nelson Sauvin can be. You're getting a bit of the mango in there, the Azaka and the Citra, you're getting the citrus fruits in there. So it's a nicely sort of balanced beer on that front. So I'm going to 14 for overall experience. It's a very good beer, but, you know, we get spoiled by Polly's because they make so many beers and, you know, they're all very good and some of them are absolutely great, and this one's just a very good one. You know, for Polly's, if it was anyone else, you know, I could probably sing the praises, but, you know, I know Polly's can do better, but it's still a very good beer. So tighten the scores up, we get just about a highly recommended 80. I mean, even I'm sort of saying, oh, I'm not sure if it's that good in terms of Polly's. We still get an 80 for this beer. So check it out. Polly's with their Dynamics Pale Ale, 5.5%, say 4 different hops, Azaka, Citra, Columbus and Nelson Sauvin. Definitely worthwhile, but I'd say that if you haven't had a Polly's for a while, go on their website, go to your bottle shop, pick one up, because they're always going to be above average. Usually they're very good and sometimes they're great. So that's enough for me today. I've kept it relatively short, this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, because we're just starting on these new haul of beers and we've got some quite exciting ones coming up. So if you want to be known when the reviews of those get released, then please subscribe and hit your notification bell as well, so you get alerted as soon as they come out, those videos. And until the next one, you know what you're going to do. Keep on rocking.